The evidence can be interpreted in a number of plausible ways, some of which are less compromising to Christendom than others. It is hardly surprising in the circumstances that De Vaux should have inclined towards and promulgated the less compromising interpretations. Thus, while it was never stated explicitly, a necessity prevailed to read or interpret the evidence in accordance with certain governing principles, so far as possible. For example, the scrolls and their authors had to be kept as dissociated as possible from early Christianity, as depicted in the New Testament, and from the mainstream of first-century Judaism. Whence early Christianity sprang, it was in adherence to such tenets that the orthodoxy of interpretation established itself and a scholarly consensus originated. Thus the conclusions to which Father De Vaux's team came in their interpretation of the scrolls conform to certain general tenets, the more important of which can be summarized as follows. The Qumran texts were seen as dating from long prior to the Christian era. The scrolls were regarded as the work of a single reclusive community, an unorthodox sect on the periphery of Judaism, divorced from the epoch's main currents of social, political, and religious thought. In particular, they were divorced from militant, revolutionary, and messianic nationalism, as exemplified by the defenders of Masada. The Qumran community must have been destroyed during the general uprising in Judea in AD 66 to 73, leaving all their documents behind hidden for safety in nearby caves. The beliefs of the Qumran community were presented as entirely different from Christianity, and the teacher of righteousness became he, because he was not portrayed as divine, could not be equated with Jesus, because John the Baptist was altogether too close to the teachings of the Qumran community. It was argued that he wasn't really Christian in any true sense of the word, merely a precursor. There are, however, numerous points at which the Qumran text and the community from which they issued paralleled early Christian text and the so-called early church. A number of such parallels are immediately apparent. First, a similar ritual to that of baptism, one of the central sacraments of Christianity, obtained for the Qumran community. According to the Dead Sea, in the text known as the Community Rule, the